when you are dealing with any one of the governmental sector employees or banks or even service providers, you will have one of main three problems. Either the process is not clear, so the employee himself or herself, they don't know exactly what to be done, or the employee, they don't have the required competency, or the process is clear, the employee, he knows what he's doing, but there is no proper monitoring, so they commit to what they do. So there is no real KPIs or effective monitoring system. Now those are the main three areas. Of course there are many other reasons, but those are the main three problems. And those all three problems are related to what we call quality. So if we would say, like, the simple definition of equality is the ability of the organization to meet the needs and expectations of their target customer. And this is very important to know their target customer. So for example, if you are one who's buying Toyota, your needs and expectations will be totally different from someone who's buying, for example, Porsche or Ferrari. Because it's very important as a company to determine what we do and who is our target customer, and then to have some mechanism to determine their needs and expectations in order to be able to meet them consistently. And this is very important as well. It's not only about just meeting for like a short time and then you cannot. No, you need to have the capability to meet the expectations and needs of your customers consistently. This is why the ISO 9001, they refer to it as inherent ability. So it is within the organization itself. This is all, this is all will be covered in the ISO 9001 2015 version, which it is the quality management system. So it gives you a little bit like how to understand the organization, its context, its interested parties, and their expectations and needs, and they build a system together in order to be able to meet those expectations and needs. Furthermore, it talks about the top management commitment in terms of resources, rules, responsibilities, policies, and how they set the system at the top level in order to make sure the quality is well understood within the organization. Then it goes to the planning, and it will start in the ISO 9001 from identifying the risks and opportunities. It's not only about the negative part, it's also about the positive part, which could help the company in achieving their targets. Of course, there are many definitions for risks we may cover in other video. After identifying the risks and opportunities, we need to identify our goals and objectives and targets. And we need also to put the mechanism how to change those KPIs if some of the initial planning, let's say, assumptions have been changed. Then it goes further to the support. What are the resources, infrastructure, software, human resources, organizational knowledge? All of this will be part of the resources we need in order to achieve our objectives and targets, including the competency of people, the communication process, and how to manage the documentation through the whole organization. After that, it will go to the typical operational control, how to plan it, how to execute it, how to monitor, how to have your own QC, quality control, before even releasing the service or product to the end user. And including, how to identify the non-conforming outputs and put certain mechanism in order to reduce them. And finally, it will end up in the monitoring process, how you can monitor your process, including the internal audit, the management review meeting, and it will end up in the improvement area, where you need to determine the root causes, the corrective actions, and to find any areas could improve your system overall. This is in a brief what is the ISO 9001, and we will talk later in other management systems. Thank you.